Hey there, morning. It is Saturday. It has been so long since I've done much on YouTube besides from those newly videos. So I have a brief life check-in just because this week has particularly been so big and major and stressful, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it a bit. Yeah, and I feel like I've aged 5 years in 1 week. You ever have those times where you're like, oh my God. Yeah, it was just like everything kind of happened all at once. First starting with a little bit of some news from my mom about a possible cancer diagnosis, where she did an at-home test, the email in that came back positive. That kind of sent me on a whirlwind emotionally. Worrying a lot about her. She got rushed in for an emergency procedure and everything came back clear. Thank God that mom's okay. But yeah, that was the news I found out last Friday, and then on Thursday evening she told me everything was okay, which was such a relief. Yeah, and it's just kind of been a mess over those days of worrying about her and what's going on, and just you know, I love my mom when I'm close to her, and I want her to be happy and healthy and live a super duper long life. So that was very difficult. I'm very grateful to Andy for being such a comforting source during that time. You know, he lost his dad due to lung cancer in September 2021, and Andy's been through it. So I'm grateful that my mom's okay now, but it was also, you know, it's hard when you've had someone in the family who did not make it. So we've had that going on. Slinky got really sick after he went to DOG for his monthly doggy daycare, and he lost his appetite. He was lethargic. He was warm to the touch. He didn't want to go outside to go potties, go for walks, anything like that. He's been slow going up and down stairs, and then he's had like his legs shaking. So he did DOG on Tuesday, and then on Thursdays when we were really like, okay, something's wrong here, he needs to go into the vet. So yesterday on Friday, I got him in for a same-day vet appointment, thank God, at 1 o'clock. So we took him there, and you know, the vet couldn't see anything outwardly like visible except that he didn't look like he was feeling his best. Like, you could look at him and be like, oh, he's not a happy boy. They took him into the back and they took his temperature, and they discovered his temp was 104.9, which is extremely high for dogs. So then the vet came back to us and said, hey, he has a very high temperature. It's borderline hospitalization. This is where I'd say maybe you should take him to a 24-hour care facility and have him hooked up to fluids. The cost for that is around $3,000 to $4,000 for 24-hour care. So we, you know, Andy was there, thank God. We go to the vet appointments together. It's always better for both of us there. It's better for like the animals and for us, because then we can like absorb more of the information, recall it better when there's two of us. So we decided to just go with all the in-house things we could do, which was a lot. We did the in-house blood work with same-day results, a urinalysis. I don't really know why, but it was something she presented. The tick test. We did the subcutaneous fluids. We did the injection for nausea. I think there's more things. We just did a bundle of things, and he was there for a few hours, so we ended up leaving him there Friday afternoon, picking him up later. And then he felt better last night, and he ate dinner, and he seemed better. You know, his temp is a little better. I bought an ear thermometer for him on Thursday when I started getting worried. And then today I just bought the other type of temperature for him at Limos. So if things go downhill on the weekend, he feels hot again, he loses his appetite, I'm gonna take his temperature. And then we'll consider hospitalization. So taking him to AVS, which is the best like 24/7 care facility here, and doing at least, you know, 24-hour hospitalization. So that's what's been going on this past week. Plus work has been, you know, chaotic and stressful, and some back-to-back meetings and stuff like that. So like I'm trying to keep on top of work and not let things drop there with all that chaos, and then also deal with like worrying about my mom and now worrying about Slinky. So that's where I feel like I've aged 5 years in 1 week. The little Slinky seems to be still be improving. He ate breakfast this morning. He took his meds. Oh, his meds, I didn't mention that. He's on these broad spectrum antibiotics because his blood test yesterday showed an elevated level of white blood cell count. But not like super duper high, but a little bit high. So the antibiotics are for that, plus pain meds if he's uncomfortable and in pain. We also have some of these little cooling packs that we have on hand in case he starts to feel hot again. We'll put a little cooling pack on him, try to get his temperature down, but again, consider hospitalization. So that's what's been going on. I'm gonna tell people about like an awful week. But that's how it's been. We're just taking it one day at a time. Thank God that mom's healthy, my family's healthy, that Andy's there. We're there to support each other. We're both working through this together one day at a time, doing our best to make good decisions and to take good care of our little baby. So keep Slinky in your thoughts. Good, happy, healing thoughts for our little baby to get all better. Okay, bye-bye. Hi, Slinky. Are you starting to feel a little better? Maybe a little bit better? Yeah? You doing okay, my baby? I love you too. I love you.